Hello, and today we'll be doing a bit of an update on the NBA playoffs, the Madrid Open, news about Djokovic and Alcaraz in the tennis. But first, the Denver Nuggets have been, struggling in Game 3. That's an understatement, losing by 34 points to the LA Clippers, going down 2-1 in the series. And concerning signs for the Nuggets, recently firing their coach, Michael Malone, getting David Adelman in, and it was working for a little bit, but now they're really struggling down 2-1 without home court advantage. It's going to take a big effort from Jokic and the rest of his teammates to step up to, potentially take out the Clippers, come back and take them out like they have done so before. But people, not shocked because changing your head coach so deep into the season, it's not too much of a surprise that they're having these teething problems and a lack of organization and structure in the team. A lot of hate in the comments has to be expected when you're losing in the playoffs. The Nuggets, not too long ago, they were touted as a serious contender to once again reach the finals, potentially win a championship. And all of a sudden, they're losing in the first round. So Jokic can play as well as he wants. And to be honest, he can even lift his level of play to a different level, of course, because he's been quite passive. Ivica Zubac has been doing a great job. Jokic is still averaging a triple-double, but too passive for my liking. As for the other matchup, we'll just briefly touch on it. Fair play to OKC, coming back from 29 points down to take a 3-0 insurmountable lead in that first round matchup against the Grizzlies. But the turning point was when they were down by 27 points and Lou Dort somewhat took out Ja Morant. It's up for debate as to what happened there, but I paused it at the point where Morant falls down and you know what? He falls quite awkwardly and he was taken out for the game, did not return. The Grizzlies, were thinking maybe we have a chance against the Thunder, to all of a sudden being without Morant and booking their flights to Cancun. Kawhi Leonard, he's been the difference, the main difference, alongside James Harden, alongside the role players like Nicholas Batum. Kawhi, almost perfect against Denver's perimeter defense. This, of course, was through 2 games, an outdated stat. But once again, he played so well again today. Los Angeles Clippers have a bit of PTSD against the Denver Nuggets because they previously have been up against them. And in the bubble in 2020, Denver came back. In all of those 3 elimination games, they were down double digits, but went on to take out the Clippers, a much younger Nuggets team at the time. Jokic also was confronted with the Intuit Dome wall. It's become sort of infamous or sort of a talking topic, a talking subject in the NBA. New dome, a new arena in Los Angeles. It creates a bit more of a home court advantage for the LA Clippers, as was seen today. The crowd was dressed up behind the hoop in horses, of course, trying to distract Jokic, who loves his horses. Jokic also, he wasn't happy, of course. When you're losing by 34 points, he has to take it out on his teammates, get them pumped up. Some people would say it's crashing out, but it's showing a bit of character. And if the Nuggets have any chance of turning this around, I think they can't go down 3-1 because if they do, it makes it a very difficult process to win 3 games in a row, even if they have done it before. Just want to touch on Russell Westbrook. This is the moment he got hurt. Of course, Westbrook, not the player he once was, but he is still a big piece of the Denver Nuggets. And if they want to win, he needs to stay healthy. And he sort of rolled his ankle, rolled his foot a bit. He only played a very small portion of the game. He was playing pretty average, I must say. He was hampered by this little foot inflammation that he sustained pre-match.
Hey football stars, is your kid holding you back? Time for an upgrade. Soccer Artos, introducing the ultimate football kit. It's sleek, it's bold, and it will make you look like a pro, all without breaking the bank. Crafted with high-quality, moisture-wicking fabric, you'll stay cool while crushing it on the field. And guess what? It's affordable too. Use the code SPORT for 10% off. Grab yours now and dominate the pitch in style. Gear up, play hard, look fly without the hefty price tag.
Djokovic saying in Serbian what seems like, as you can read, F this, F the sport, F tennis, F everything. He actually won this practice set against Arthur Thiel 6-3. And for those who understand, I think it quite clearly says what is stated in the video. And please follow Sportic's TikTok account, always posting, and it's a bit of a different content vibe, different sort of content on TikTok. So please follow and you might enjoy the sort of content we upload there. As for Djokovic, I wouldn't be too concerned with that video because that's the way, to be honest, how Serbians behave. Taking out anger where perhaps there shouldn't even be any anger. But of course, Djokovic is looking for that elusive 100th title. And it's his last chance without Jannik Sinner being back on tour. Coming back, of course, for the Rome Open, regardless of whether you believe that is too early or not. But Alcaraz is also out. Djokovic offering some insight in his pre-tournament press conference, talking about that you need to accept that Alcaraz, he's still so young and it's not normal to be winning that much when he's that young. Expect him to continue to develop and be more consistent as the years go on. He, of course, also says that he's representing the older generation and that people need to accept that the older generation, bar him to be honest, are gone. But the real question is, can Djokovic win his 100th tour level title at the Madrid Open? Well, he's got Analdi first up, and with Alcaraz pulling out after the draw was conducted, he's got a pretty open draw, as you would say, but every match is tricky at such a high level tournament. And Alcaraz, of course, I suggest if you have Netflix to watch his Netflix documentary called My Way. And it offers a lot of insight into Carlos Alcaraz's mentality, outlining his runs at Roland Garros, Wimbledon, and the Olympics last year, but also showing how tough his team is on him. And because he has a goal of, as he says, having a chair at the table of the big three. And if he wants to get at that level, he needs to be winning 2 Grand Slams per year, as Juan Carlos Ferrero states in the documentary. So check that out if you haven't. But of course, Alcaraz, as is sort of focused on in that documentary, he's once again hurt out of Madrid with an injury to his adductor, but also not totally correct here, I don't think. A left hamstring problem and 2 injuries only a few weeks out from Roland Garros. I don't think he will play in Rome. I think he might go straight into Roland Garros, hoping he can be fit and firing ready for Roland Garros, as was the case last year. Let me know in the comments down below who you think is the favorite in the NBA playoffs and who wins in Madrid.